Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. Drama as minister, Israeli professor clash over insurgency. There was drama on Thursday at the Musa Yar'Adua Center as Minister of Information and Culture, M0HAMMED, and Israeli professor expressed divergent views on the best option in the fight against extremism in Nigeria. While the government insisted that avenues for venting fake news and hate speeches in the cyberspace should be closed to agents of extremism. The scholar explained that government had been engaging too much in what he described kinetic efforts instead of tackling the matter from ideological points of view. Clearly, government policies and initiatives have failed to address extremism and sectarianism that fuels this violence, which in turn threatens our diversity, national unity, and coexistence as a people, the Israeli professor stated. Both the Minister of Information and Culture, M0HAMMED, and senior lecturer in the Faculty of Social Science, Haifa University, Israel, Professor Leonard Kurisimfwa, stated this in Abuja during the annual lecture series organized by the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria with the theme Extremism, a Threat to National Unity. Mohammed said, "We are moving ahead to inject sanity into our broadcasting space. The power of radio and television means that we should not allow them to be used as catalysts to cause conflict. Web televisions and online radio are now to be licensed and regulated. We have set up an implementation committee on online broadcasting. We will now move on to injecting sanity into social media space. We are aware that since announcing our plans to sanitize the social media space, there have been reactions which are welcome. We are not against criticism. We are committed to the ethical use of our airspace. Responsible, ethical journalists have nothing to fear." Bofua, also a scholar at the Directorate of Research, National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies in Kuru, just disagreed with the minister. According to him, extremism, regardless of its manifestation, had a mind and connotation of war. He said, "Indeed, the death and destruction experienced over the past 2 decades in Nigeria has demonstrated the inability of even the most technologically and advanced militaries for suppress, much less defeat, the fervent beliefs underpinning extremism. The inescapable conclusion is that violence driven by ideology can be effectively countered only by more powerful ideological arguments. Yet, the counter-extremism spending priorities of governments throughout has continued to reflect an overwhelming reliance on kinetic effort rather than ideological prowess." So guys, that is our government for you. They will never listen. They always love to go through the crude way, which they know that eventually at the end of the day is not going to produce anything. You can imagine all the policies they've been bringing right from when they came in, this present government, since when they came in, since when they told the whole world, they told the whole Nigerians that they know how to do it better. But unfortunately, the whole situation has escalated. The whole thing, everything has deteriorated. Even the security they are talking about, they are really overwhelmed to the extent that the chief of army staff, resorting to prayers, going spiritual. What does that tell you? The same line Mohammed who said they have defeated this insurgency technically. I don't know what that means, because in reality that is not what we are seeing. Technically means what? That these people have gone ahead of you guys. They've changed strategies. I've always said this. They've changed strategies right from time, because they are moving fast, and our people are not really thinking in other direction. It's just only one-way traffic. You said, okay, because maybe the technicality they are talking about is this, before now, it was really everywhere that these Boko guys, they were holding some local government. They were in charge of some local government, which was maybe 14 or 15 or so. So I think maybe that is the area they are talking about, that because now it is not in the public space that they've hijacked some local government. They've been able to retrieve those local governments. But these people have change strategies. These Boko guys, they've changed strategies, and people initially were like, oh, could it be that they were using all these S-men, to disguise to commit all manner of things, because there's loophole in that area. Do you know that apart from even taking back those local government, now these guys have, they have the effrontery. These Boko guys, they have the effrontery to take the battle down to meet with the army in their base. Reverse used to be the case, that army will be chasing them from places to places. But if really that you have defeated them technically, then how come they have that such power, such effrontery to combat, to even take the fight to your doorstep, to the army's doorstep? What is the technicality in that? And meanwhile, a lot of groups have emerge as a result of this insecurity. So what are we talking about? We have triple dose, or uncountable dose of all these different groups that are causing mayhem in this country, and yet the government does not really want to agree to that. Of course, it is not really an easy thing when you are not making ways, when you are not progressing. You try to justify yourself, even when the whole thing is opened to everybody, that you are not doing well, that you have failed in some areas. Because of shame, they still want to keep that bold face, and that is why they are always arguing. They are always doing whatever. Like this professor said, it's just a kinetic approach. What is the real issue that you need to really deal with? You are talking about social media, this, social media that. Is that what we are talking about? What of the equipment that these guys need to combat with these Boko people? What are you talking about it? They are leaving the main issue and pursuing shadows. So that is just what it is. And it's very, very unfortunate that as a professional, the president whose line is in this a security issue, has not been able to do better than even a civilian, somebody who is not even in that line, like the former administration, because that was what was giving a lot of people confidence. Oh, because this man is an a military man, he's going to do better, he will use his expertise. But at the end of the day, what are we saying? Because of a lack of a political will, because of a nepotism, because of incompetence, everything is not showing. So it's the earlier they listen to people, the better for them. This idea of arguing what is not, some people always say it is beautiful nonsense. You are just arguing, and at the end of the day, nothing is forthcoming. If what you are saying, if what you are saying, other people do not believe it, but in reality, you are making headways, you are making progress, irrespective of the tactics, or irrespective of the policy that you are bringing in uh to the table, and you are making progress, nobody would have been bothered. But what you are doing, you are not making progress, because your family members are not involved in all of this stress, in all of this wahala, just like the way we always say it. So they believe that they are working, but people who are affected know what they have been going through. So the earlier they listen to people who are more knowledgeable, the better. And the reason why we are not making progress in this country is that the unqualified are the ones willing to qualify. The ones that are qualified will not even get there in the first place. Even if you have a little or maybe few of them in the government, they will not have say. Their voices will not be heard, because the ones that are not qualified, they will suppress them. And that's why most people don't even want to go into all of those things. Majority of them are sacrificed. They don't even want to say the right thing. Some of them are just selfish because of what they want to get. Even if they have some knowledge, or they have some whatever to prefer, or to give to the government, they wouldn't want to, because of, they believe that the more they expose the solution to the government, the lesser they get some kind of benefits. a lot of things are involved in all of these things. But the best thing is for them to listen. Is for them to listen, because we as laymen, we don't even understand all those, whether kinetic, whether ideological, whatever. But what we want is action. We want things. We want peace to reign. That is just what. Let the atmosphere be peaceful. If the atmosphere is peaceful, all these long stories will not even help anybody. We don't even help them in the first place. So that is just my own opinion. This idea of arguing from A to Z or back and forth is not going to help. Someone says Lai Mohammed should listen to his teacher. You can do nothing against the truth but for the truth. Ideological conflict can only be settled by superior ideological power, backed up by fairness and justice. It does not matter what the clamor and pursuit of hate speech they may be, so long as there is injustice, inequality, nepotism, which is a worse form of corruption. There must be reactions from those oppressed. You do not pin a person to the ground and frustrate every positive effort he makes to survive and expect he should not complain. Israeli professor wants to cause more problem in order to supply weapons to kill, as they are killing innocent Palestinians on their land. This is absolute nonsense, and that is what somebody is saying, and a lot of people are replying this particular comment saying, Mr. Liar got what he deserved, an old man that has no sense other than being a lapdog. And someone say, the arrogant minister will not listen. He said will not listen. And meanwhile, someone was really replying to that comment that is saying that the Israeli professor wants to cause a problem. And someone say, where did you study, Mr. Man or woman? Read the topic very well. Someone say, read the two arguments. You will have a better understanding of what the professor is talking about. Stop making noise. He is saying the truth. That means the professor is saying the truth. Somebody is replying again to the comment, or the person who said the professor wants to cause problem. And someone says, stop making noise. He's saying the truth. The professor is saying the truth that can help this country. Are you sure you are a true son of Oduduwa or an Amajiri like Lai Mohammed? Someone say, you must be a Muslim as you have a shallow thinking. What a pity. And the whole thing goes on and on and on. Someone said the professor is absolutely correct. A smart and a determined government will look into this direction instead of continuing in the usual unproductive way of combating terrorism. Liar, the truth is always bitter. So guys, I would like to hear from you what you think about the arguments between Lai Mohammed and the Israeli professor. What do you think will be the way forward? Please leave your comments below in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.